today we're going to discuss how many times we can measure the fear-greed index. And it's one of the most important indices, or indicators I should say, of sentiment. So let's get started. The first way is one of my favorites, and it's called the CNN Business Fear-Greed Index. And right now we're at 54, but it was as recently as yesterday, actually, 57. And last week it was at 67. So it's at a pretty high level of greed. And remember, this is a contrarian indicator. So when this gets greedy, we worry about the market going down. And here's the evolution of it. And you can see it hit a very high level on November 30th. Guess what? Just before stocks and markets started declining. So it's a pretty good indicator. And here we were bullish, and you could see why. And we were bullish here. I mean, it's no coincidence. I mean, we don't just put our finger out on a middle finger, I should say, out on thin air and see where the wind blows. You know, there's a lot of work involved, and it's not that difficult, but you definitely have to follow a lot of indicators and, you know, keep track of them on a daily basis. So that's one of them, the CNN Business. And this is for stocks. Now, from now on, going forward, we're going to be talking about crypto, your favorite subject. This is the alternative.me fear-greed index, and it's been in the 20s, and now as I'm speaking to you, it's 26, but it's been like at this level like forever. And we can get a historical evolution of it too. We can choose 1 year, we can choose the maximum, we can choose 3 months. So that's it over 3 months, done nothing. It basically has been at fear for over 3 months. And over 1 year, it definitely went up and down. It peaked at 60 near the top of maybe it was at the top of Bitcoin. So it works pretty well. I like this one a lot too. One thing I wanted to note is that, as I mentioned earlier, it's been at a very low level. And I was bullish, if you recall, back here around the bottom of the market, around September 30th, beginning of October. But I wasn't extremely bullish because this had not hit a low. I mean, it was really low in September, where is it? But it wasn't like as low as it was in June during the Luna crisis. And one comment I want to make related to that is that even though we've got this huge FTX bankruptcy and the huge domino effect, maybe even larger than Terra Luna, you're not seeing this in extreme fear territory. That is a little worrisome for me. Let's go to the next one. Bitcoin sentiment by Augmento. And if you look at this one, it's at a medium level, but it's going up fast. It was as low as zero, basically, during the FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried's beginning of that fraud. But it's gone up dramatically, but you don't see Bitcoin prices going up dramatically. Now, I've noticed this before. I noticed this sometimes precedes increases in prices of Bitcoin. So even though you don't want it at a high level, when it's going up rapidly to a fairly high level, yet Bitcoin hasn't gone up, that usually precedes the price of Bitcoin. Also, if you look at the bottom of the sources, and you could see like Reddit, Bitcoin Talk, Twitter, they're all going up in sync. It's not like this index, this fear-greed index is being unduly influenced by one social metric. And the last one I want to discuss with you is from BTC Tools. And it's another fear-greed index, and it's at extreme fear. And here's an evolution over the last month. It's been at fear. Let's go to 1 year. And you can see, let me just move this here. You can see for the last year, it's done a pretty good job at predicting Bitcoin's price. You can see when Bitcoin was pretty high back in March, it also was high. So it was predicting that Bitcoin's price would go down. And it even got the double top in Bitcoin. And the other thing you can notice is that during the Terra Luna crisis, it too was very bearish. And then now you can see it's bearish. But also, I'm noticing an increase in this, even though Bitcoin's price hasn't done much. So there you have it. Those are all the fear greed indices for the stock market and for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. Take it as you see it. I think it's a very good tool to use objectively, and you just need to keep following it over and over. So if you're not sure what the tools are saying, I would say that overall the stock market tool is not good. It's showing too much greed. But the crypto tool, the fear greed index, has shown that there is some fear. So maybe we can go up a little higher. But like I said, it'll be tough for Bitcoin to hit an all-time low. I don't think we've seen the lows. I think it could go lower if the stock market can still decline. And that's what I'm thinking. That's been my framework since January, February of 2022. And I'm sticking with it. Well, take care, and don't forget to like us and subscribe. Bye-bye.